What's happening, guys? Chris from NCG here, and today we are doing a Irish TCG community showcase, effectively where I interview members of the Irish community anytime they win a tournament or if they are important to the community. I'm joined here with NCG's Vladis. How are you doing today, Vladis?
Doing quite well, thank you.
You won the recent Dublin regional, I believe. Yep. What did you play?
I played FanDuel Magician.
And why did you decide to play that?
Right, okay, so before the event I was about to play 60 card Fair Night with like 3 Doom Caliber Knights, because you could go like Doom Caliber Knight and left arm offering, and then there's like really no out to it, because if the Ash and Doom Cal just negates, then you get Grass. Like the only out to it would be like Ash and Gamma, but like it's like so unlikely that would happen. Yeah. But anyway, so when I needed to borrow left arms and like Lightsworn Engine off my friend, but unfortunately my friend wasn't able to make it on time, so I had to build a deck completely from scratch essentially, and I was just asking around my friends like, does anyone have a deck I can play? And then one of them said, I have FanDuel Magician spare because I'm not playing it, and I was like, sure, whatever, I'll just play it. Having not even like pick up the deck previously at all, and like basically not being able to get like every card I wanted to play. My side deck was basically like pretty hodgepodge, but I ended up getting like most of the cards, like the key cards anyway, I needed in the end. Yeah. Apart from like evenlies, I guess, but it wasn't too important, I guess.
One evenly in the side?
Yeah, it was one, because I only had access to one, so I was like, oh, screw it, I'll just play one anyway.
Did you have a build this saved, or did you literally just build it from scratch?
No, I just made it on the spot. I already had like a kind of a rough idea on what the like a deck list would look like of it. Like I haven't really like messed around with it before, but I've seen like my friends' builds and whatever, so I kind of just like take their word for it, and then I kind of just like put my own spin on the deck, and that's really it.
Fantastic. How was the deck overall? Would you play it again?
Right. I might play it again once the Link Reigns pack comes out, because I've seen there's a lot of like insane combos with the deck with like Astrograph Sorcerer and Electrum, the new Metal Physics Link monster or whatever. So that's pretty cool, I guess, in healthy quotation marks. But yeah, I might play FanDuel Magician again. I actually had like a fun time, even though I always say like I have this like problem with pendulum decks, because every time I'm like, oh yes, I love this like pendulum deck. Let's say it's like Malphas, right? I would always just lose to Anne Spell every time I try to play a pendulum deck at a regional, and it's just like really aggravating. However, I did get anti-spelled at the regional, so I kind of just had a flashback. I was like, no, not again. But yeah, I ended up winning that match anyway. But it still like just triggered me just getting anti-spelled for the nth time in my life.
Oh dear. So how was the tournament overall? Was it a well-run event? Was there any problems?
Yeah, it went pretty smoothly. There wasn't like too many problems. Although I did have a small problem in round 2 that I'll get into now. So when I was building the deck, my friend said I needed to get a 3rd Duelist Alliance and a 3rd Skullcrabat Joker. So believing him, I was like, okay, I just got those cards. I looked through my deck, and I only looked through like half of it or something, and I found 4 Duelist Alliances. I was like, yo, I have to give the Duelist Alliance back to one of my friends or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever, right? But I didn't think to check how many Skullcrabat Jokers were in it. So in round 2, I got deck checked, and then they found that there was 4 Skullcrabat Jokers in my deck, and I was like, no, why me? I still ended up winning that match anyway, despite the game loss, but it was a little funny thing to happen. But yeah, apart from that, the event was pretty smooth. Not many problems happened. There was one round that took like a long time, just because it was just like. It was just a slow match, I guess. It's because like it was like a deck no one really played against before, so they had to like read all the cards, and that usually leads to people going at the time. Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, it was pretty smooth.
Fantastic. How competitive was the event? Like how competitive are Irish players in general?
Right. So in the most recent years, the Irish like community has gone like a lot better at the game. I can remember from like 2012, 2013, people weren't really good back then. Like not many people, kind of like tried for the game. Whereas recently, like people have gone more and more to like competitive play. Like people are starting to pick up more and more like meta decks and like and whatever. Yeah. And like some people are starting to get their own circles and like test and stuff, which is like really nice to see. I thought the event was pretty competitive. I played against I didn't play against Angels, a Trickstar, and an ABC. So it was nothing too far out there.
Yeah.
So it was it's nice to see. Top Bay, I think, was just a bunch of different decks too, but none of them were rogue decks as far as I remember.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see anyway.
Well, fantastic. Do you believe?
No, actually, no. Saying that, there was one dinosaur deck, but apart from that.
Fantastic. Do you believe there is a high gap between the Irish competitive players and the Irish casual players? Have you seen the Irish casual players wanting to get more into the competitive scene, or do you believe the divide is just too big?
So I'd say the best players, the top Irish players, are so far ahead of a lot of the more casual players.
Yeah.
But I do see a few people at my locals continually trying to strive to get better and better in the game. One of the groups from the people in my locals went to YCS Prague, and they got to chat to all the UK players, and we had a lot of fun, and they kind of started to get more of a drive, I guess, to play competitively. So that was nice to see. But yeah, I'm hoping more and more people start playing competitively. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah. So if you've noticed on the videos, people will. The Irish community seems to get heavily disliked on videos. Do you have any idea why that might be, or do you think it's just?
Honestly, I don't think there's any specific reason. Although there is the people just say Americans 50-man regional, what is this, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that we can do anything about it. There is the population of Ireland versus the population of America is so large, and it's not even worth it for people from the outside to come to Irish events. Whereas in America or something, right, you'd have an entire this huge country with this huge population of people who play the game.
Yeah. And
they can just travel around easily, and it'd be worth it for them because so many people play the game, and then they get so many points for Worlds. Whereas in Ireland, we don't have, at the moment anyway, we don't have any reason to go to Irish events because we don't get that many points for Worlds, and also we can't qualify for Worlds through points.
Yeah.
So I can see why people don't really come over for our events. So yeah, but for the dislike thing, I'm not entirely sure what it is. I know one of my profiles got a lot of my profiles back in the day got disliked a lot.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know what it's from, but it's probably a bot or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully it's just a meme like that. So let's talk about you specifically. Talk about it with the Irish community. What got you into the game?
So what got me into the game was, I guess, when I was really young. I kind of played the game as a kid. I had friends in my neighborhood who also played and everything. So I was pretty into it. And then at some stage in 2012, this after I was I didn't play the game anymore. One of my friends showed me a dueling network. And I saw him playing windups or something in 2012, and I was like, oh shit, this is kind of cool. Why are these white cards and these black cards? I'm like, oh shit, I have to get into this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically what got me back into the game. At that point in time, actually, I was playing Magic the Gathering, which is kind of strange, but I was only really playing it casually. But yeah, and then I started going to locals in 2012.
Yeah.
I'd float around locals in 2008, 2009 as well. I never really played. My first locals in 2012 or something. So yeah, there's that, I guess.
Yeah.
But, that's basically how I started playing the game.
The amount of locals at Ireland seems to be pretty high. Do you believe the sheer number of the locals and competitively how valuable they are? Because we have people like Mungo Harris, who came top 32, yourself, who came top 32 at the 2 YCS Londons. Do you believe, as a community, because of the amount of locals, do you believe we are getting better?
Yeah, I'd say we are getting better, but a lot of the one of the problems is a lot of the good players in Ireland, we kind of stopped playing in locals because it's we're either we have too much time on our we don't have enough time on our hands. We're all back in college and stuff, so we don't have that much time to be playing locals or whatever.
Yeah.
And most of the time, it's like not even worth it. Like if you have like the little like bug to play, like I sometimes indulge and just like play locals or whatever, just to get store credit, just to like get refreshments or whatever whenever I'm down. That's basically what I use all my store credit for, and sleeves, I guess. But like apart from that, like even Mungo has, I can't remember the last time I've seen him at a locals.
Yeah.
Like he comes to like regionals and stuff, but like he wasn't even at the regional yesterday. So like whatever. But yeah, the only problem with our locals at the moment was in the summer we had like a large amount of people going to every locals. Like on a Thursday and Saturday locals, we'd probably get like 30 to 40 like at a day, which is like was insane over the summer. But now we struggle to get like 8 on Thursdays and Mondays. Well, actually, like on Mondays we struggle to get like 8, but on like Thursdays we can like get like maybe like 20, and on Saturdays we can probably get like 20, 25. So like the numbers have gone like down a lot, and a lot of us just don't have time to play locals. So it's like the locals aren't like that competitive anymore, which like kind of sucks for like people who are trying to get better in the game. But like most people anyway who are trying to get better at the game, we all usually just play a dueling book to get better, so it's not like too much of a big deal.
Yeah, that's fair. The game in general, then, do you believe it is in a healthy spot? Looking forward to the future, the things coming out in the WCG, do you believe it is healthy or will get healthier, or do you believe it's in a decline?
So I think the game's in like an okay spot at the moment. It's definitely not the best format we've had. It's definitely not the worst format we've had, but it's like there's so many there's like a lot of impressive things in this format, which like really sucks. Like Spiral Resort, like being the biggest problem of the entire format. Like that like card single-handedly like just makes it so many decks are unplayable. Like near unplayable. Like even decks like I love Burning Abyss. Like, it's one of like my favorite decks ever. But the deck cannot beat Spiral Resort because the cards are so stupid. Like Burning Abyss didn't have that much of a problem with like the Cosmo matchup because they don't really have like one untargetable like ship on board at a time.
Yeah.
But with Spiral, they have like 9,000 untargetable things, and you're just like, oh god, like what is happening? And then like the Trickstars are just like so unhealthy. Like the Trickstar Reincarnation is such a strong card, but it's actually like so degenerate at the same time. The fact that it's like a searchable like hand loop is just so strong.
Yeah.
And then like looking ahead, it doesn't seem like the game's getting any healthier. I think it's getting a lot worse in the future just because of all the stupid combo decks that can exist. So hopefully the ban list in January just wipes out every like dumb FTK-ish type combos. Like the Spiral boards were basically FTKs because you just couldn't play through it. It was impossible. You'd have to draw like I guess Sphere mode evenly matched, and that would be like the only way. But like no one could play that because you wouldn't have a play after that.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest problem. So hopefully they just hit a bunch of cards come the January ban list. Like they have to ban cards like I think they probably have to hit maybe the Scorpio engine, the Scorpio and Cobra, because like that card is insane. Being able to search like Brilliant Fusion is like so good. Same thing with the Brilliant Fusion engine. I think that engine has like potential to get hit, along with cards like probably Grinder Golem and Astrograph Sorcerer. I think Astrograph Sorcerer definitely needs to go. That card's so good. But yeah, and like obviously Spiral still, so yeah.
Yeah. Last week topic here is about teams. Yourself, me, and Dan McCord founded NCG, but before that we were in TBC. There's Curry Bros in Ireland. There's tons of teams. Do you believe teams for Ireland and the game in general is beneficial? And what do you believe teams can do for the team or the game?
I think for us anyway, the Irish community, teams are like I wouldn't say like a prestigious type thing, but it's just it's like a more competitive environment. When you have like your own circles or whatever, and you're just like constantly testing with your friends or like your team even.
Yeah.
Although for myself, I don't really test with like many people. I usually just like theory like lists or whatever. Some people. I test with Darren a few times, like before events or whatever.
Yeah.
But like for the most part, I think like teams are like a good little like addition to the Irish community because it lets people like let's just say like have like some kind of goal to go towards, like, oh, let's beat like X team at the Savannah or whatever, or like let's do better than this team this year or whatever, and then people have some bragging rights, that's cool. Like it's all about like a little banner in the Irish community. Like no one takes the teams like too seriously. Like for myself, I test with a lot of the Cerebros guys, and by a lot I mean like the few that actually still play the game. Hashtag no what's it called?
No bias.
No bias, but I think I'm friends with like a lot of the people in like a lot of teams. But there's like a bunch of like other smaller teams in Ireland that are like there's like the Luke Coogan crew, One Card Danglong, etc. Luke Coogan crew International actually, which is like a newly founded team. But yeah, teams are like I think they're like a really good addition. Lets people have like some same minded people, I guess, to test with and whatever. So it gets people better basically.
Fantastic. Have you anything to add? Anything you want to say?
Shout outs to Eves and Farmers.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for joining me, Vlad, talking about all things Irish, all things the game. Hopefully be doing this more, bringing on more people from the Irish community, so please stay tuned. This is bye from Vlad.
See you later, guys.
Bye from myself. This is Chris from NCG. Signing out.